good? Back with another beautiful video. Let's get into it. You know I like to get right into it. And then we do the talking as we eat. Make sure you get your snacks. And then we eat while we watch the video. Let's look at Kwame Brown. Week
My vote gonna be for any.
I watched a good amount of it, as you can see, yesterday, because sometimes that shows me if I really should react to it. A second reaction is like a strategic reaction. You know, when you watch a movie for the second time, even the third time, you miss things you didn't hear, and now I can break it down with y'all. So, let's see. And I need to go get my spoon, but I'm gonna let it play.
I'm trying to let the notifications get out. It's on 7%, so I know it takes a while.
Alright, let me get my spoon.
Alright, everybody, it's week
Wednesday. And they limited it as, I don't know why. I don't know.
And I got a flight to catch, so I gotta make it quick. Got me a little glass of wine. I had a leftover bottle from last night, a little shot. Hey, I'm doing weeklies of Wednesday. Alright. Yeah. But before we get to weeklies of Wednesday, let me play something. Self-talk, you did it again. That is a great edit. Self-talk, we gotta get together. We gotta do some.
One of the best editors on YouTube.
My identity down to the lab, wherever it is you at. Take you at. Sorry, where they going?
I don't know why they do that.
We gotta find a way. Maybe I need to get one of them Kanye West masks that he wore allegedly over there on London. Put one of them heads on whatever and sneak down and get you to teach me how to edit. Teach me how to do all that stuff, and teach me how to edit too. The edits are great. Yeah. And I'm glad you kept going, my brother, because things like this, let me share.
Yogurt.
This is why, I believe in bringing people together on YouTube instead of trying to be the top dog and I'm the man and, I edit the best, I talk the best, I'm the king of this and my channel is that. I believe that everybody out there has a talent. And there's somebody out there that's better than you, even at what you think you do best.
Damn, hold on. Okay.
And instead of not being able to, instead of attacking the person, instead of being in competition with the person, why not learn from that person?
Exactly.
I thought it was each one. And I started to notice that we come up with the greatest phrases, but we never want to see what that looks like in real life.
Exactly.
We never want to make these phrases in real life. We say all inclusive. We say let's come together. We say we need to be accepted of people not by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. But when it's time to show that in real life, you never really seem to hit the mark past the slope. So, before we get to weeklies or Wednesday, let me show you what I'm talking about. I had a detractor. One detractor made all of this come about.
Gotta flip it. Make sure all the yogurt get on all the cranberries.
The video you're about to watch on Self-Talk's YouTube channel is for fair use purposes.
That's a cool intro right there. I respect it.
I was watching the comments. A little ignorant son bitch said, Kwame, he talk all this stuff about black community, but he got a white kid in the chair. I said help the kids. I didn't say a color.
Exactly.
When I was in the free lunch line, the black kids, there was more white kids. Did you not know that? Oh, you only bring that stat up when you get your narrative. When you want to say the stat line that there's more white people on welfare, you'll use that. But when it comes to actually working with the white people that are impoverished,
Look at the houses. It's not funny, but some people live in there right now.
just like you,
Military home.
that's actually in the line with you in the front and the back of you. You don't want to know what that looked like. So you disregard all the black hair on the ground, and the one white boy in the chair is, oh shit, he's not with the black community because of the white boy there. But then you want to say, white community need to step up and be all inclusive and accept us because we're black and they should love us. Go along, get along, gang, bitch is stupid. I'm not a racist motherfucker. And when I was in that free lunch line, newsflash, come here. Dumb some bitch, there was more white people in that line than black.
Oh.
Look up the number, jackass, and you'll see that I'm right. So why the fuck would I treat a poor white boy any different than a poor black boy? White people treat them as worse than they treat us. They call them poor white trash to their face. They can't call you a nigga. They'll call them poor white trash to their face.
All right, we good.
And nobody other people. It's just a different perspective. I respect all people because I was raised amongst poor people.
Yep.
It's an interesting thing you see in the homeless shelter. They treat everybody the same despite your color. They don't give a fuck if you white. There ain't no white privilege when you ain't got a goddamn thing.
Exactly.
It ain't no privilege. They kick you in your ass when you're down at the bottom. So I never look at the color thing the way that most people do. I look at it as there's systems in place and that keep black folks at the bottom and keep us mentally brainwashed so that they sway us to do certain things so they can make money off of us.
Yeah.
They keep us in athletics and entertainment, and they control the way we perform, and they control what we say out of our mouth and our performances. And it's a cycle that leads to prison. It leads to these murders. That leads to funeral homes making so much money in all these different states off black people. So many jails being filled up by black people. I heard a conversation on Clubhouse today that a guy said, man, you know, I just got out of prison and I'm doing it right by my son and this and that. He said, man, if you want to change something and you want to do right by your kids, put them in coding. And I said, woo!
Wow.
He said, if you want to do right by your kids, he said, put them in coding. Everything is going towards coding.
Yep.
When they lock you up in the house and they create more apps that's going to bring you food and all this, that is coding.
Yep, that's true.
Everything is going towards coding. I've never been out my message about no trading and coding. I've been saying it.
Yeah.
You should stop allowing people to tell you they love these kids.
He been talking about
critical race theory.
He's been talking about coding and trades since YouTube. Since he got on there. And that's why I started really listening to him.
It's not more important than coding. Every billionaire, you can trace their education back to coding. So why are we not teaching the kids that? These are questions that all of us should be asking every day, not just Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown lit the fight, and now all of us should be asking these questions. Why are you telling my son or my daughter that a white person is above me over this thing that can help secure their future and they can create any goddamn on thing they want? Because we go in the metaverse, right? Which is another thing that's going to be $1 trillion industry based upon coding.
Yep.
So why can't we give these black kids the opportunity to code? Just like we give the white ones in the rich neighborhoods. But, time to mix in a little Weak Weasel Wednesday. So hold up. I don't want to bore you guys.
But nah, what do y'all think about that? I mean, he's right. We gotta just start talking about more important topics. Most shit we talk about is important.
Look, guys. announce a few weak weasels. Long game, demon. Pull along, get along game, demon. Pull along, get along game, demon. There's a go along, get along game, demon. Oh, God. Franchise demon. Franchise blackface, short little demon. Oh, God. Franchise demon. Franchise blackface.
Anyways, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't feel like watching that.
Make him a best-selling author. A man that we all know, have come to know, who at one point in time was on the docket, and he pled to a lesser charge for the alleged R word of Jessica Reed. And he was able to plead to a lesser charge to delinquency of a minor.
Wow.
And this man has gone on to have a great career. He's a part of getting R. Kelly convicted because allegedly he was on the show leading the charge against R. Kelly and the Believe All Women movement. It's believe all women until it's time to believe any allegation against you.
Yeah, how you gonna talk
women.
about believe all women, but you...
But the treatment that this young man is able to have towards women is that he can sniff their chairs. Yep. He can coerce 15-year-olds or teenagers to walk in the dressing room and kind of look at a teenage young girl that's maybe changing. Yeah, I think I saw that a girl was in a group, and him and DJ Envy, the little weak, punk little leash wearing DJ Envy, another man they prop up in front of us as if he's a man.
DJ, they all just wear like all Breakfast Club.
Glitz and glamour.
Like, just think about it. Like, the much of allegations and rumors you hear from them about their employees, it's like you don't even, like, you shouldn't even really be messing with them because it's true. If you do your research, you will just find out. It's not, obviously, that's why people be like, I don't mess with Charlamagne. And I have to be like, I wonder why. Because I used to be like, I mean, but then even you, like, watching with his, what the fuck? Hold on, somebody here. You watch that new show, they be saying some gay stuff.
But the devil wears Prada. So a man like me sees through all that. We see your actions. We see your behavior. And not one man
people want to be loud
would ever want to know, would ever allow a weak weasel man to instruct him to put a finger in a booty, plastic or not. See, in real life,
that's disgusting. And he's right. Who really is gonna allow a man like Charlamagne, first of all, to even get near their children? He's freaking disgusting. And that's why he calls him that name. That's how lesser charge.
Men like me see what's playing out on TV, and we get confused, and we get grossed out. We get a little angry because what's happening to the children, and then we get confused on why men and women won't band together as adults and say this is wrong.
Exactly.
Why the pastors? How many apples have been spread out throughout this globe that pastors, that all these Christian Bible thumpers, anybody that's an adult, period, allow this type of behavior on our television? I guess money does talk.
That's true.
Because I never grew up around men like this. Call me old school, old-fashioned country, but men do not tell other men to stick their fingers in booties. Husbands don't behave like that. No wife is proud of a husband that's talking and behaving this way.
Yeah, that's just
but
weird.
For some reason, This stuff is on our television airways. Sexual dolls positioned behind heads so that the images that we see, and we hear these nice phrases that say, he who controls images controls mind.